Y'all got me up. Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. Thank you all for joining us on this Friday. DJ the Protege. What up, DJ?
Good morning.
Harvey. What up, Harvey?
What's happening, player?
Man, trying to make it player. And, of course, J-Man.
Yes, sir, doctor.
What's happening, man?
Hey, man, I can't complain at all, man.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but ain't
And you
nobody
have
listening.
been.
Yeah, ain't nobody listening, man. I figured it out a long time ago. They don't listen, man. So I just gave up the ghost.
Hey, man, what we might want to do is me and Harvey was doing a little harmonizing the other day.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you want to put together
wee.
together a little group.
Oh, I was about to say because you know what song and you play instruments.
Yeah.
I was this last few days Winter Sadness. I'm not sad.
Yeah.
I'm not sad, but I just love I just love that.
It's nice.
It's nice, yeah.
Man. I just
Last few days,
I just been listening to Winter Sad, and then obviously Pac had sampled that, then the game actually sampled that with Anderson .Paak.
Sure. Okay, sure did. Yeah.
I was listening to Jay-Z's yesterday. OJ.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not black. I'm OJ.
444.
Yeah.
I'm not black. I'm not. I'm OJ.
Okay.
But he said, "Hey, let me do this." What he said, "Let me give you $1 million worth of advice for $9.99."
Yeah, $9.99. Yeah.
Yeah, that was slick.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So it's like basically what he was saying was, regardless who you are, you still black, and they still gonna call you the N-word.
Yeah, and he was also saying though, when we're sitting up doing some things, he talked about the house he could have bought.
Oh yeah.
Credit.
Yeah, they had
Credit. Oh
had
man,
turned
when
up to be,
then he talked about you taking your advances. I love. Oh man, I had never heard it. And I got a couple of songs from 444, but
what's going on, bro?
Man,
Yeah. He like you said, he dropped some knowledge there.
that was a nice one.
That's some
That
knowledge.
was a nice one.
Yeah,
All right, man.
Winter Sadness.
Dude,
I can't.
am sore and tight.
Yeah, it's about that time.
What you mean about that time? I was out there in it.
I know.
You
That's
been
what
out
I'm
there
saying.
yet?
No, I've been.
Who doing the snow?
Nobody right now.
Who going over there to do it?
It's gonna have to be me and Vincent.
Okay, all right, man. Because,
Yeah,
but hey, let me shout out. We've been on our block now for 28 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's some folks who live on the corner of Shoals and Lisbon, and I got this. Anybody want to buy a snowblower? Because I can never get it to work. Anyway, and it's a nice one, dude. Got 5 speeds forward, 3 speeds back. Can never get it started. It's a great snowblower if I could just learn how to start it.
What you want for it?
Oh, okay. It's a big one though.
Real big?
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, so I was out there, but he came up and blew up just enough, man. Got the snow.
Do we accept the phone calls of losers?
Here we go.
Yeah, he
Just
got
a question.
It. He did. Hey, let me say this, bro. He did man up.
Oh, he called in Monday.
He called in. Yeah,
he called in.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
I was
So
surprised.
He manned up. Yeah, because he'd been in witness protection. I'd seen that dude go black. he fall off the face of the earth, man.
But Keith, are we talking about Phoenix?
Oh yes, sir.
So didn't he call during Michelle's show and then tried to blast me because he was trying to ease in the Michelle show and not have to face the music when you got here? That's how it went down, DJ.
He talking now.
We ain't even introduce you.
When we get finished talking about you, then we bring you in. He slid over
Try to take the easy way.
No. You gotta wait till we get finished, and then are we through? Are we through with him?
I said what I had to say.
Y'all talking like I'm in the room, but like I'm not in the room.
Right. You're not in the room until we
leave the room so we can
slide
talk
that
about you
volume
behind
knob
your
up.
back. Come on, man.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
What'd
Good
you say?
morning. I said, did y'all see Donald Trump's hair though?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh man, Google that. Dude got a new haircut.
He got a haircut?
Dude, Google it, man. Please, I'm on the air.
All right, I'm gonna Google it. Hold
It's
on.
something that can't wait, huh?
Oh, it's bad.
I'm gonna Google it.
Oh, it's real bad.
So while we Googling that, I just go out in the lobby. Jackie shows me a proposed trade with Chris Middleton. Is that
Oh,
in the
no,
talks?
that's fake.
Yeah,
You know,
I
they
think
just
that's
they
fake, though.
always do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I told
that's
Jackie, I said I
fake.
don't believe everything that I read in that way, but they're
Oh.
talking about some big blockbuster deal with
Nah,
Chris
man, that's
Middleton.
trash.
No,
Nah.
Dude,
Nobody
dude can't even get the flu. Dude can't even get the flu.
Okay.
God, man, people wearing him out. My buddy, yeah, that's why we need to trade him because he got the flu.
Hey.
Man, I know. You know what? They were very disappointed. Now let's go back and do a little history because in 2021 we were already getting ready to,
Wow.
vanquish.
No, that's crazy.
Was that the skunk?
That's Trump here.
What?
Let me see that one.
Dude got the full.
Hold
skunk
it up to the
mullet?
camera, Jermaine.
Which one?
The one in front of you. Hang on, I'm gonna swing the camera to
Is
you.
that a mullet?
Yeah, I don't know what this is. Man, this thing look like
Hold on.
it like part one Bon Jovi and part Boy George. I'm confused. Like part Bon Jovi and part Boy George.
Okay, hold it up, man. Man, no, is that full screen?
Hold on. Man,
I gotta zoom in on this one, y'all.
I'm confused.
Wait. I'm getting a glare.
Oh, the glare.
Make sure you
Yeah.
Well, hold on, man. Let me try to pull it up.
make sure you screen your text messages too. We don't want to be seeing that on the feed.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, man.
See,
Tell me that ain't fun.
Vaguely. What is that though? I mean,
man,
it's
I told you,
crazy.
it's part
It's
Bon Jovi,
pushed
part
straight
Boy
back.
George, man.
You know, it's interesting. You talk about Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi is one of these iconic bands. Right?
Yeah.
But a band I just got turned on to, man, is Coldplay.
What? Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
Coldplay
Yeah,
is nice.
Coldplay.
Yeah,
Man, you
Coldplay
like
is nice.
Coldplay is nice.
Musically?
yeah.
Yeah.
You tripping.
Yeah. So, hey, man.
Is that
you
the
know,
Paradise song?
Paradise.
that them?
I don't know if that's Coldplay.
All right, y'all. Good day, brother.
Oh, wait.
Oh, he didn't want nothing?
Whoa.
Yeah, don't be calling
Hey,
in.
Who y'all got Sunday?
Man, it's gonna be a tough one. I'll be honest, man. We play Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. Is Gino playing?
No,
Yeah, he playing.
Okay.
Hey, so what spot
Because
are
I thought that you would have went the injury route, but I was gonna say we was wearing y'all out before he got injured.
Yeah.
So what spot are they in
Hey.
now for the wild card? I think they
He
was.
ain't- no,
they
they-
was four. No?
No, they
We
outside
we
looking
in
in.
now.
we tied with the Rams.
They need some help.
But
Yeah.
but the Rams got the tiebreaker. But they
Rams got the
Rams got
but they
tiebreaker.
played the Rams the last game of the season.
Oh, so y'all got
We play the Bears too.
I thought we had the Bears last game.
No, yeah, we got the Bears. I said last game of the season, y'all got the Rams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that could come down to
Yeah.
make a
So if we make it or
man.
not.
Yeah, if you got the tiebreaker, you got to win it.
We probably gonna put Willis in against the Bears. You know what I'm saying?
You think Willis
Yeah,
playing?
man.
We don't need to-
Y'all put the running back for the quarterback in for the Bears.
Yeah.
Man, they could put me in and
Hey, you know what? No,
And just
man,
hand it
no.
off the whole game.
No, y'all beat Minnesota, man.
Man, if we beat Minnesota, I'll be good.
Oh, we be good.
Yeah.
I know y'all be good.
Well, we still can't take over their spot though because
They got
Oh,
the
'cause they-
tiebreaker. They got
Yeah.
But we could probably be
I
number
think
5.
Detroit
though.
got another loss in them.
Yeah, but
Oh,
we still
Detroit.
can't
I
catch
think
them
Detroit. I think Detroit's fading. I don't see
Nah,
Detroit.
yeah.
They got 23 people
23
on injury reserve. At some point, that gonna
Look,
catch up with you in the
yeah.
pros, man.
Kansas City gonna get put out the first round.
By who?
It's gonna be somebody, but
Well,
I'm
if they
telling you,
number
Buffalo
one-
good,
Beat them though.
You think Buffalo gonna
If they
finally
number
kill
one,
them?
it's gonna have to be the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. They're going to be like New England when they did all that 16-0 and got put out the first round. That's what they're gonna do because all
No,
last
it
six
was-
They went to the
games-
Super
last
Bowl.
six
They went to
games-
the Super
last
Bowl.
six-
Oh, whoa! They went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He hung up.
Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl that year. Who caught them? The Giants.
Yeah.
Isn't that the
And-
Tyree catch?
but the crazy thing about that is the very last game of the regular season,
That's not the Matt Flynn.
they
game.
they played the Giants,
Oh,
and it was a close game then. And so then they meet up in the
But that Giant team
in the
was on
Super
a mission.
Bowl.
Because was that the same Giant team that beat the
Eli?
Packers?
Yeah,
They beat
because
the
of,
Packers.
because of
Eli.
Who was
because of,
quarterbacking that? Eli?
Eli.
Because the dude
Eli.
from Mississippi, man, that stole that money threw that interception, man.
To my Brett.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it
I don't
was
say
cold.
dog
Dude
name.
from Mississippi that stole the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Hey, but I think when you look at that game, I think he purposely did that, man.
Oh, you call him a point shaver?
I think he purposely, just like the dude that just called him out for him giving up that sack to Strahan.
I watched that game. He did go down.
He went down, and Strahan didn't even touch him.
No, he touched him. That's how.
I mean, but not like that though.
He
No,
didn't hit him.
Yeah, he didn't hit him.
What was he supposed to do? As soon as he turned around, he was in his face.
No, but this, I mean, he could have threw the ball. He had ample enough time to throw the ball.
Maybe. And then if he would have threw an interception, then
he could have threw it out of bounds. No, he could have threw it out of bounds.
Part of his other record that he holds for interceptions.
But this was the thing, though.
What would be different?
Right.
How many games have he cost us throwing interceptions?
Yeah,
right.
Because if he would have never went down, that sack record that would have been held by dude, and he
would have just got broken by somebody else.
But what I'm saying is it is affecting.
Who broke his record?
Strahan broke the white dude record. Yeah, I forgot his name, but he was mad at Brent Favre because the video just came out.
Was in the head of
one Mark Gastineau?
Mark Gastineau. Yeah. So the video just came out.
Had that record at one point, didn't he?
No. Yeah, no.
This record been
I'm talking
about 22 sacks. Yeah,
this record been for 40 years.
Was one season.
Oh, you talking about within the season?
Yeah,
I'm talking about overall.
Yeah,
the New York Sack Exchange.
Yeah, so he just ran into Brent Favre. He saw Brent Favre and he confronted him on camera. Mark, yeah.
No, Gastineau, yeah.
They say he got CTE and all types of stuff.
He confronted him, man, about doing that and taking the dive because he said, man, though you cost me and I should tackle you now. So Favre was like standing there like, man, I'm sorry.
There's a
records is meant to be broken, man. He better get over it.
Yeah, but 30. That was something that would have affected his Hall of Fame and his money and all of. I mean, because he even said it.
No, Mark Gastineau had some other issues.
Oh, okay.
Watch. There's a great on ESPN. They just did it 30-30.
I never heard of him, so that's how I know he wouldn't have made the Hall of Fame.
Oh, they were tough back in the day. New York Stock. Who was?
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
No. Salam, Marty Lyons, Mark Gastineau. There's New York Sack Exchange.
Well, he was saying that's what's cost him the Hall of Fame because Strahan got in.
No. Strahan was going to get in regardless of what he was going to do.
I mean, 22 sacks in one season. Do you know how hard that is?
That is hard.
Strahan was probably one of the more dominant. Now, he wasn't as dominant as Reggie White.
So if Reggie White is in, Strahan in, and Mark don't get in?
Yeah, Mark, I think Strahan is going to get in.
Yeah, I know Strahan is going to get in. Reggie White is already in.
I thought he in already.
Yeah, I think he got in.
I thought he
they had the ceremony. But Mark is feeling like because
he could feel like that all he wants.
You got to think he did the same thing Strahan did.
You know that's just like that person who had a little glimpse of success.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, other people passed them up.
Yeah.
Like, man, they didn't give me my shot. You had your shot. It was short-lived.
Yeah, but he did what Strahan did.
But he not for a long span of career. He not no Super Bowl champ, is he?
No, because he played for the Jets.
Oh, okay. So he not no Super Bowl champ.
But to have 22 sacks.
That Jets team was good.
Yeah, man, it was good.
So are many other teams. Okay, that don't win. Those Bills teams was good.
So you saying because he didn't win a Super Bowl, he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame?
I'm saying he's not a Hall of Famer because he's not a Hall of Famer.
Mark Gastineau is not a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Yeah. He had one good season.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not a Hall of Fame because he's not a Hall of Fame.
No, he's not in yet. I don't know. He's not in yet.
Okay. Yeah. So he been eligible.
Yeah, then TJ Watts just tied his record.
22?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That was a couple years ago.
In 21.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, records is meant to be broken, man. Get over it. We just saw Kareem's 40-year record.
And a real quick question on that. So does that put LeBron James in, top 5, top 10 greatest all time?
He top 5.
Okay.
I think so because it's hard to be consistent in the NBA.
Oh, and you playing your best basketball, some of your best basketball at the end of your career?
End of your career, yeah.
I mean, that by just the numbers, which says something else. One about his durability.
Who?
LeBron James. That was
yeah.
like Kareem. Kareem, the major injury Kareem had was when he broke his hand. When he hit Kent Benson.
Kent Benson.
And then when he had, I think, with the eye.
Yeah,
when he started wearing goggles. But other than that, Kareem showed up every game.
And
that was before load management.
And
that's why I respect them older players more than now, just because it was way less technology back then.
Yeah.
A sore knee is a real sore knee. Now, back then, but now, you know, you got the sauna, you got the steam room, you got them stimulant, all of that type of stuff. So like, even though you a little achy, you're still able to play.
Be able to play possibly on Saturday, and he had a high ankle sprain.
But they said a mild though.
No, that was.
But it's still,
but it's still a high ankle sprain though. You can't
tough.
move. You can't.
It's tough.
But he played with that before.
Yeah,
but he won a Super Bowl with that.
But you do that because of the trainers.
Yeah,
you have people that will get you ready. Like you look at injuries that used to be like if you tore up your Achilles, that's a career killer. Yeah. ACLs used to be a career killer.
Isaiah Thomas, you know, ended his career because of his
career, and then Kobe.
Achilles.
Yeah, at the end.
I mean, he came back, but you know, he was never the same.
Never the same.
Especially when you older.
And that takes to come back from that fully. It takes really about 2-3 years to come back.
You know, I never understood because I'm like this and I think like this, but it's bad thinking. You know, when Klay Thompson had surgery.
Yeah.
You know, people, he'll be back. No, it took a year. And then when he came back, he got hurt because of the injury.
He came back too soon.
Yeah, because you're trying to compensate. So,
but you know who changed it all? And this was just the ACL though. Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the MVP.
Adrian Peterson
off of that.
Is built differently. His body,
but at that
time, regenerated.
That was unheard.
Yeah, I know but you have to be in some kind of shape for your body to regenerate that quickly.
Oh, but the medical technology.
Now a torn ACL is like a dislocated finger.
But you're still out for a year though.
Yeah,
but you could still come back.
But you coming back and be able to play as well as you did before you got hurt.
Yeah, but I think Adrian came back before the year.
He did.
Yeah. He came back before the year. So that's like how
but a lot of dudes come back too soon.
But he put it in his mind though. Like I always say, what you think about, you bring about.
Come on.
So he put it in his mind that he was gonna come back better and stronger than ever. He probably had that running back. He probably had that faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
You know?
But you're running back, your shelf life.
Yeah. But it wasn't like that back then though. It wasn't like that back then. You know, Emmett, no, it wasn't.
For the average running back?
You know, Emmett Smith and them, they played a good 15 years. Barry Sanders was 10 years. And he walked away. So he probably still had maybe 5.
But every Barry Sanders, there's all these other running backs.
But now,
what about Bo Jackson?
That was the NFL was different.
And Bo Jackson was doing 2 sports.
Bo Jackson got injured in
baseball.
That's what messed him up.
He was
baseball.
a monster in
that
football.
Play he had when he messed up his hip and he just never came back with it. Plus, it was saying he had already had a degeneration in that hip. You know, so it was. But I think, you know, you have people who are the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
But when you look at those running backs, they're usually 5 years, 6 years. Yeah. And then you know, they still playing, but they're not as effective.
Right.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna give you here becomes an exception though, and this was like my mama say some folks can't do wrong right. Who's my guy that owned the Raiders? Al Davis.
Al Davis
hated Marcus Allen, so he sat Marcus Allen for 3 years. Marcus Allen didn't play, so he took 3 years. So what happens? Marcus Allen goes to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And he's playing like he did because he didn't have the 3 years.
But I thought Marcus Allen had some solid seasons with the Raiders.
He did, and then he fell out. Yeah. He fell out because the Super Bowl. Yeah, one of the greatest runs in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He fell out with Al Davis. Al Davis brought in a couple of backs. That's how old boy got there. Jackson.
Jack Bo, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted him to block for Bo Jackson. So
block?
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm Jim Brown.
Pay Jim Brown to block.
I don't block.
Jim Brown to block.
Come on now, Marcus Allen was one of one of the sweetest runners.
But he was a great blocker because Marcus Allen played behind Ricky Bell at USC. And he blocked for Ricky Bell. So he can. And you know what he started? He was a quarterback in high school.
I forgot about Ricky Bell.
Yeah. Who died?
Didn't he have a curl?
Yeah, I got a chance to see.
I think all y'all had a girl, didn't y'all?
I did.
I had a Wave Nouveau, man. You know, man. See, if you ever saw Miami Vice, you saw Miami Vice, but I was getting my tubs on. You know, tubs hit that.
What a time to be alive.
Silky smooth. Let your sun go.
You listen to Community Voice. The phone lines are open. 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
The holidays. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together.
The passing of a loved one is emotional enough without adding the stress of funeral arrangements. By pre-planning, you receive the desires of your heart while taking away the burden from your family. It also saves you money, providing the dignity and respect your memory deserves. And there are times when life ends unexpectedly. Please know that the new Pitts Mortuary is here in a helping, caring hand anytime, day or night. We are the new Pitts Mortuary.
Just drop down to 15.
We have tens of fans. Tens of fans.
Tens of fans.
All right. So anyway, at the top of the hour, we'll be joined by Congresswoman Gwen Moore. So we'll talk about the shutdown with her.
The looming shutdown.
The looming shutdown.
That's at midnight tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't get it right. Now, here's the thing. People worried about their Social Security checks. The last time they did this, they made sure certain things didn't happen with the shutdown. So people getting their benefits will still get their benefits.
So I have a question for you because I seen on the news how Trump and Elon Musk blocked the whole thing for them passing it. So what's going on with that?
That's my point. That if we thought those from 2017 to 2020 was crazy, you can only imagine what this is looking like because he's really old now.
So, but I don't understand how.
Don't try to.
Somebody that's not a government official.
Don't try to.
Okay.
He bought his way into the presidency.
Until let's see what happens.
Because he's going to call a lot of shots.
Let's see what happens when Trump gets sick of him. See what that looks like. Because, now they're calling him President Musk.
President Musk?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Co-president.
Yeah.
So what happened to JD? Because you don't hear nothing about him.
No, he was an afterthought when they picked him.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody was saying that I was asking them about how Trump does the vetting because how could Gates ever get nominated? And the guy said, well, he told us there was nothing to worry about. Oh, so you go on his word? Oh, okay. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning. You're on air.
Oh, it's cold down in that dungeon.
Oh, you got one.
Well, you up in the warmth now, so let's see what you got.
All right.
Get it ready, Jermaine. Get it ready.
You ready? All right.
Yeah, we ready.
It's the husband and the wife. They was into it, so they wasn't speaking to each other. So the husband wrote a note, said, wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I got to go to work in early. And he wrote the note. He put it on her pillow. So they went to sleep. So he woke up the next morning at 8 o'clock. He jumped up. He said, dear, I told you to wake me up at 5 o'clock this morning. What happened? So she pointed over at the night table. It had a note. It said, wake up, it's 5 a.m.
I knew that's where you was going.
No, that was a good one.
I knew that's where you was going.
They weren't speaking.
Yeah.
So she woke him up by way of a note.
The same way
he communicated the message to her.
Since Michelle say I'll be doing the women bashing, I had to do that one for her.
Jackie?
Come here, Jackie.
Miss Jackie, they're beckoning for you in here.
Jackie? Did you hear that one? No, Jackie didn't hear it. Okay, all right.
Well, we got to get Miss Jackie in here, and you got to tell it again, and let's see what her response is.
Okay.
What'd you say, Miss Jackie?
She said she good.
She said she know his jokes are terrible. So
okay. No, actually, Debo gave you one.
Yeah, I gave him one too.
DJ gave you. There you go.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Jermaine?
What?
You know what that means, huh? What? Because he heard it.
Pastor P, I got one for you since you're a church man.
Uh-oh.
It's a quiz. What kind of car do Jesus drive?
A Hyundai.
That's your answer? Is that your answer?
No, that was Jermaine's answer.
Okay.
What kind of car did Jesus drive?
Wait, hold on. Wait, I know this one.
A Cadillac.
Nope.
He drives a Chrysler.
That's good. I like that. Hey, come on now. You get 2 for 2 for me,
man. You need to quit today because you done messed your record completely up.
I'm gonna give you one on that one. Though I don't think you could tell that joke in a Catholic situation. They're not allowed to take the Lord's name, which is like Christ is his name. I don't think that was his government name, but that's a good one. He drove a Chrysler.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I'm out the dungeon for the weekend.
Yeah,
Well,
you 2 for 2.
enjoy your
Stay
weekend,
out of
man.
there for a while.
But you all right, man. You over 500.
No.
Yeah, he is now.
He had 2 bad ones today.
How did he have 2 bad ones?
I thought Miss Jackie was the judge.
No, everybody get the pick. Jackie didn't even hear it.
So wait,
see, that's what I was talking about. We got to rewind with the.
No. But what I'm saying is, so if DJ and I said okay, it was cool, but then you and Jermaine didn't give him anything, he can't win. Or have to win. He's got to have a quorum.
I was hold on, wait. I was neutral because I didn't get it.
He's got to have a quorum. It's tied.
You didn't have a quorum.
What's the quorum?
If it's a push, the House wins.
He's not the House. We the House.
Your Honor, you're out of order.
Yeah, you got to have Parliament's rules of order. You know what I'm talking about around here. Robert's rules of order.
I've been in the church where somebody told the pastor they was out of order.
Really?
Good.
Well, you can be if
somebody told the pastor he was out of order.
Yeah, if you running by Robert's rules of order, you got to be within. Keith held that position. Keith know what it's like.
Yeah. I was
I'll go back to the
said we're never gonna use Robert's rules of order. Said, okay.
Who said that? The church.
I ain't calling no names.
Yeah, Robert's rules of order. It don't matter what position.
They know who they are. They know who they are. No, I just believe because what Robert's rules does is it allows a minority a voice, and it's about fairness. But people are about getting done what they want to get done. So we'll suspend the rules. Sounds familiar? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rules don't apply to me. Sound familiar? So when and that's the amazing. That's why kids are so interesting. When kids set up rules, they are stickler to those rules, man.
Yep.
I mean, they ain't no gray area. If it says this is this, as we get older, then that's when the world becomes a little bit grayer. Yeah. Things that we were so absolute about in our youth, we're not so much.
Let me ask you guys this, and I know I was bad at it coming up. Like Uno and different games, you kind of made up your own rules as you went along. But then there were those that knew the rules, and you would almost have to fight with them because they wasn't going.
That's me.
Yeah, I would try to say
you can't just get stacking reds on reds on reds. No, you play one card and it's the next person.
Wait a minute. Why y'all making up rules when the rules come with the game?
With the game.
Hey, I
because we boys, we men. At that time we was boys, but we men.
I had rested my
case. You know exactly where I was going. How many times you done had too many screws left?
Like you don't have to make up rules if you do the rules that came with the game.
Hey,
but Keith, how many times you put something together and you had extra screws and be like, man, they didn't even need to give you all of these.
When Caitlin the camera was little, I put together this ghetto flyer. Mm-hmm. Man, the thing the steer was on backwards, the wheels were wobbling. But wait a minute, they loved it. Man, they pull it all up and down the block. I'm going like that, and once you get it on, you can't get the caps off.
Right.
Man, listen, I used to go deal with this mechanic. His name on the street was Oil Can. Everybody knew him.
Sound bad already.
Everybody knew him. The name Oil. He was on 11th and North in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen here, man. I went one time. I think this cat did my alternator, a starter or something, and he took some screws out. And when he was putting it back together, it was like some screws and other stuff that was on the ground. So I'm like, Oil Can. What? Like, whoa. Why these screws right here? He was like, oh man, you don't need them, man. Did they come with the car? Yeah, I'm like, bro, you took them off the car. What you mean? I don't think we need them because they came with the car. Let me tell you what this cat did. He said, man, just go on and give me an old clothes hanger and we gonna tie it on up. I said, Oil Can, you gonna put my screws back up in my car, man? Have me round around
on Johnson Family Vacation. Right. He had an uncle.
He had an uncle.
That's what he did.
Wasn't that Cedric the Entertainer?
Yeah.
Man, dog, I couldn't believe. I'm like, Oil Can, you got like 9 screws. Oh, you don't need them. Just get a clothes hanger.
There's a game that I played with Baby called Jump. And she would come, and I'm trying to blow her off. She said, Poppy, let's play the game. I said, no, because I don't know how to play it. She go, well, here are the rules.
You gonna learn today, Jack.
Right. You ain't getting away from this.
So I actually read it, go like, oh, so this is how this works. Debo is right. Men feel like we just so gifted mechanically, we ain't got to read nothing. Wrong.
Yeah.
A few years ago, Uno had made a post on Twitter, and they was like, "No, you cannot stack multiple cards on top of each other." And I saved that post,
Mhm.
and every time somebody try to do that, I said, "Hey man, this is what Uno said officially, man. We not doing this."
When you say stack multiple cards, I mean red go on red, right?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like if you had multiple reds or multiple, let's say you have multiple ones, you could just pop 1, 2, 3. That's how some people play, and I'm like,
Right.
no, you can't do that. It's he put his card down. Next go.
Yeah.
I put a card down. Yeah, man, it ain't no. I just if that's the case, if I have all reds, I'll win.
Furniture over some.
Oh, I see what you're saying, because I know people used to go boom, and then I got another one. I changed the color to green, so it's like it's still my play, but in essence, it's not really my play.
No, you gotta just next go. You play one card per turn.
See, why do you have different rules for bid? You be in Detroit, they got their own set of rules.
Yeah, uptown, downtown.
Right, you got what the instructions say?
No.
Man, listen, it was the same way with checkers, because I mean, people changed the rules so much with the Flying Kings
to benefit themselves.
all of that stuff. I'm like, man, Flying Kings. Man, when I was
little,
Flying King,
you can fly all
When I was
over.
little,
you can fly everywhere with
Kings, but when you get this how you know the real
I still
rules.
play Flying Kings.
This how you know the real rules of games. Play on the computer.
Right.
Because the computer don't do none of that.
Yeah.
Flying King. No damn Flying King.
Where you going? Man, I ain't Doc. I'm flying off the board. I'm telling you. Man, I'm flying onto your board.
Within the line, but the Flying King.
No, man, listen, man, I'm on my board. I'm flying to your board. And
you play against the computer on the computer.
Man, I've seen it. I'm just like, man, look, this is my house. These my rules.
Right, yeah.
You don't want to, hey, okay.
And then we just be like, all right, man, I'm done.
See, but with Flying Kings, though, you can fly forwards and backwards.
Right.
This is why I love all African people all over the world.
Yeah.
This is another reason why.
Different rules.
Oh, man, we be coming up. Wait a minute now. So we play in bid in Detroit. Don't we play bid the same way all over the country? No. We got some different rules up here. You ain't from here, are you? Obviously, I'm not.
And you know where them different rules came from? People who lost.
Man.
So they had
so let me ask y'all a question.
So they could win.
Anybody in the room play spades?
Yeah.
You've ever played spades?
No.
Okay, because what's this rule about if you renege?
Oh, yeah.
You give up your book.
Yeah.
Now you give up 3 books.
Yeah.
Is that really a rule of spades?
I mean, now I heard that from some people.
I ain't never played spades.
I heard that
on
from
the
some
computer.
people that had went to jail. That they.
But that seems kind of universal, though.
Is that how they play it in the joint?
Yeah.
Okay, so then let me ask you this.
I don't know.
That's your man.
I ain't been there, so you know.
To take it.
No, but I'm saying, because like then it comes down to 3 books back, you reneged.
Yeah.
So now, if you point to the wrong book, then you got to give up 3 books. Is that really a rule?
I never heard that rule.
What you mean point to the wrong book?
Because
So
once
book,
you call a renege on me, you got to
renege?
show me you can't just go through all my books. You got to tell me what book I did it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do got to remember which one it was.
Yeah.
So what if you're wrong? If you're wrong, then I'm supposed to get 3 of your books.
I never heard that one.
See, for me, man, I was more of a dice player, so I played like 4. I played 4. I played 4, 5, 6. Man,
He played natural.
Did you
Natural. 4,
I
5,
played
6.
4, 5, 6. Jack.
Was you the house? You like being the bank?
No, I didn't like to be in the bank.
I love
being the bank because then you take all pushes.
And I don't even play. I don't gamble.
Yeah.
But I went to Parkman.
Oh,
and at Parkman, the dice game of choice was 4, 5, 6.
I'm telling you, 4, 5, 6, man.
It's 3 dice.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
And you can really, really, really come up off of that, because I made some nice money playing 4, 5, 6 until it got like ratchet, man. Cats got mad because he was taking their money, and
Dudes
they
didn't know
wanted
you
to
could
rob
play
the dice
basketball
game.
in Lindbergh Park.
Right, because they was shooting dice. They shooting dice.
It was a crap game. You could play ball over there. And sometimes, I'm
man, when they
serious,
put hoops
this
on
ain't
over
no
there.
lie. Anybody that was there with me, you literally be playing around these dudes.
That's right. You on the court.
And that ball better not get over and
break up the dice game. It was a fight.
Oh, dude.
It was a fight, man.
You get jumped on.
No, seriously. Bro, it was a fight because you messing up the money.
You brought back a memory, man.
Yeah,
that Lindbergh Park.
Doc, I know all about that 4-5.
That's why them shootings have. So y'all the reason why we only had one in that one part.
Yeah, but see, wasn't no guns. Then they just gonna beat you up.
Well, it was guns in my era.
Hey, you get
you came.
You get jumped a few times. You gonna bring a pistol.
Yeah,
people just ain't gonna get jumped by 5 people consistently.
I just try to avoid the places I'm gonna get jumped. Yeah. Now there's some bold man. You ain't. Now, go on, dude. Go.
I've never heard of somebody willingly take a stump.
No, but there's some people that got themselves into some stumps that they didn't have to be in,
and they came back.
Maybe.
So,
maybe.
So what's the statute of limitation on this stuff? I want to make sure I know.
Statute of limitations.
Okay,
man. You mean as far as retaliation?
No, I'm just gonna keep.
Man, I done did so many confessions on here. I don't even know.
Keep my mouth closed here. They might bring this up in court.
Was talking about something one time. I hope my mama ain't listening.
Too late.
Too late. I think she heard it now, man. I don't know what the statute of limitation. It depends on the offense.
Yeah, they might bring this up in court.
Man, but it that's the one thing about
the views and opinions.
Thank you, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing ball. We used to play on the playground over at MSOE.
Yeah.
And this young dude, he got upset. He said, I'm going to my car.
Everybody scattered.
I said, I'm going to my car too.
Yeah, we going to the car.
Because I'm leaving.
So we French that
back
day.
up the next Sunday. My boy go, oh, you left? Yeah. Nothing to see here.
Listen, man, I would rather see it on TV than see it in person.
Like, man, I was just there.
What Juvenile said, rather see it on TV than see it in person.
Interview. I just left.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I'm here to do it. I don't know what. I just left.
I knew something was going to go down.
It was Bubba and them.
Yeah, because my mother used to say, it's better to say, there he go,
than
there he lay.
There you go.
That's real talk. Now, all you heroes out there,
Yeah.
and let me just throw some philosophy in just so, because, I spent a little time with that. Courage, there's a certain intellect that goes with courage. Courage is knowing when to act.
Yeah, exactly.
It's knowing. Now, there's sometimes where you don't have, you just got to, but in other instances, you trying to show you courage. Don't let people get those beer muscles.
Listen, man, I tell people, man, because they be like, man, do you scared because you leaving? No, it ain't scared. It's called smart.
And I'm scared. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't nothing wrong with being scared. That's why we have that instinct. Isn't it what? Fight or flight?
Yeah.
That's the fear instinct. So when you sit up here, but now you're gonna be a man.
Yeah.
And I'm going.
There's a lot of tough ones out there.
Hey,
Evergreen.
Man, bro, and I've played for them. Evergreen, Graceland. I've seen cats.
Oh yeah. Evergreen,
I played for them. I was there. I
Union.
can tell you.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Doc. No, seriously, man. A whole lot of cats that was tough, but then when it came down to it, yeah. So you would rather lose your life to prove a point?
I heard this, and it was one of my favorite quotes. This guy said, "The greatest novel is yet to be written." You might think you're the baddest man on the planet.
Oh, it's always.
But there's always somebody badder than you.
Always, yeah.
Some of these dudes that was hard on the streets, they get in the joint.
Oh, they crying.
Right.
I've seen it.
Because now you up here with some dudes who definitely ain't got nothing to lose.
And they're crying in the courtroom before they even get to the joint.
I didn't mean for it to happen.
Dude talking to me got triple life. What are you gonna do? What you gonna give him? You gonna give him another 4 years?
Man, those football numbers. You get football numbers. I'm talking about lineman numbers. Offensive lineman numbers.
Oh no, those are Daryl Brooks numbers.
Oh,
Daryl will never see the light of day.
No, he would see it. He just ain't gonna never be free. You gonna go out on the yard.
Man, did they give him some time?
Football numbers.
Yeah, they gave him some time.
Dude,
remember
Richard Pryor talking
about that?
What about that boy Scarver?
I heard that Richard Pryor's bit.
Triple light.
When he say dig you up.
Right.
And lock you up again.
He said
that's pretty much what happened.
Forget kindergarten.
Hey Keith,
you know what you did last time.
Remember the guy, what was his name? Scarver?
Oh, Antonio.
Was that his first name?
I think that was his first name.
He was already serving 2 life sentences when he killed Jesse Anderson and Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yep.
Same day.
Yeah. So I mean, he didn't have nothing to lose anyway. I mean, he like, I'm gonna be here until I die. So they gonna carry me out.
When they brought him in the courtroom, the man was singing "Children, Hold On to Your Dreams."
Yeah, but he was. Yeah. There was obviously
something wrong
with him.
Because
he killed his boss over his check.
Very cold.
But people don't play about their check.
Hey man, where my money?
And I heard his son has done very well.
Really?
His son has done
Jeffrey's
very well. Yeah. Scarborough.
Oh, Scarborough. Okay.
Yeah, his son's done very well.
I was just saying, Jeffrey did how many kids?
Who?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
He ate him.
All right.
Give him a round of applause. He need a round of applause on that one. Yeah.
What, too soon?
I don't know if that's a pause or what, man.
That was a good one. He said he ate him. Oh my God!
I don't know if that's a pause.
Oh, that was brutal, DJ. That was brutal. Wait,
you could go
anyway. Hold up.
Of course you could.
Key. Doc, hold on, man. I'm finna come over here and shake your head. Hold on.
Yeah, talking about timing on that one.
Doc, listen here.
Great delivery, kid.
Yeah, that was
You're listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a break and we're going to check see how many kids Jeffrey Dahmer had. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back to Community Voice. Let me do I don't think I need to do a cleanup because I think it's what I said. Meech was asking me yesterday about the Trinity. And I hope I said that it was St. Augustine of Hippo, who came up with the concept of the Trinity. You can go back and see. So I hope I said St. Augustine. I think I did say Augustine in terms of that. We were having a conversation, about Christmas and whether or not it was. And then I had to think about it because I know Black people, we're really sensitive when it comes to religion.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to be a little bit mindful.
Especially Jesus.
Oh, man. White Jesus especially. And
no, I think we passed white Jesus now.
No, there's still some people stuck on white Jesus. They still stuck on him.
That's a shame.
Well, it's your program.
Hey, but me and my girlfriend, I gotta always. So she wanted to take pictures with Santa Claus.
What?
I said, find me a black Santa Claus, we'll take a picture with him. She was like, it ain't that serious. I said, it's serious enough for him to make him white.
Look at his face.
He takes serious over.
It's serious
Yeah, it's serious enough.
Santa Claus could have been a Mexican, but he
Saturday
ain't.
Night Live had a great skit. They introduced two Santas, one black one, one white one. So when the white people come up, Chris Rock would go, so we have two Santas here for you. Which one would you like to? And you see the white people trying to figure out, well, we don't want our kid taking a picture with the black Santa. And so the discomfort that they had in terms of, well, if you have a choice here of white Santa, black Santa, where you want your white kids to sit. And look, black people.
Black Santa. Anyway, no. But so we were in Target recently. They always have coffee mugs or whatever. The coffee mug had a black Santa. You know what I say? Because I'm a smart ass. See?
What'd she say?
It ain't that serious. It ain't that serious.
She ignored it.
Repeat what she said?
She ignored it. Oh, yeah. No, she ignored it. She ignored it. She probably said, this nigga.
This nigga couple of hairs you this much. This
nigga here.
So she just ignored it. Yeah, no, she didn't ignore it. It's gonna come up 2 years from now. Yeah, brother. Remember when you was trying to get that black Santa, brother?
That's right. I'm gonna always get the black Santa.
Why you getting a Santa, period, brother?
Because we can't dilute our youth's imagination. That's what gets. That's what makes them to grow. So Santa Claus ain't for me. But she wanted to take the picture because it's like a cute little holiday thing.
Now I know this is gonna sound kind of immature on my part, but I don't care because I never knew. But what's the difference between Kris Kringle and Santa Claus?
Nothing. Name.
It's just the name.
Same guy.
Same dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who Kris Kringle is.
Santa Claus, man. If you kept up with your white Santas, you know their names.
You never heard Kris
Look who you talking to. See, have I kept up with my white
Kris Kringle could be a cat from the hood off of 21st and
or he owns the donut spot.
Right. Krispy Kreme. Kris Kringle.
We got Kringles down the race.
I'm sorry, I haven't met the poor fella.
So you've never heard of Kris Kringle?
Let me ask you guys, speaking of Christmas, anybody like fruitcake?
Oh, I love fruitcake.
Oh my God.
Love fruitcake. Especially though when no.
It don't even
it
sound
has to
good
be
to
no.
me.
It has to be cooked. I mean, baked right. Baked right.
It
has to be
wrong.
It has to be baked right.
You might need to infuse it. And
infused with what?
Hey, see my bike put on.
Sir.
An enhancement. Because fruitcakes can last 2, 3, 4 years. See, like those babies never went bad.
See, but when they fresh, it's so good.
What's the taste difference between a fresh fruitcake and an old one? They taste the same.
No, but not.
It can't taste the same.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. Fruitcake.
Dang, that's nasty.
I don't know who even came up with the concept of fruitcake. But man, I'm not a big fan.
Real
of
quick, just shout out to Miss Denise Crumble. She's always viewing us.
What up, DC?
on YouTube. Good morning to you and our other 14 listeners or viewers.
Viewers, we thank you. Got a caller? No. Here we go. Oh yeah, Congresswoman Moore. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. You're on air.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Hey, everybody, this is Congresswoman Gwen Moore. Good morning. Should you be trying to make sure this government don't shut down?
Listen, I gotta call Elon Musk first. Figure out what he wants to do.
Run it by him first, and then
I gotta run it by, Well, I had dinner with Barney Frank, retired Congressman Barney Frank. He said South Africa first. That was his notion. South Africa first.
Boy, this, I didn't.
You can't make this stuff.
I know
up.
that's the point I was just getting ready to make. Where everybody thought, well, he looks so calm. He being Donald, he looks so calm, and dude, he is 4 years older, 8 years older, right? 4 years older, and a whole lot crazier. So, what does it look like now?
Can you get any crazier?
Yes.
I think that was a dumb question.
Yeah.
My bad.
So, Congresswoman Moore, where are we right now?
Here we are. Well, first, Mike Johnson is done as Speaker, so he may as well do the right thing. And the right thing is that it would, and I shared this with you before. I think with the margins as close as they are, that they will inevitably have to work with us at some point. They just can't power things through. And we had a bipartisan deal. All four corners of the Congress had agreed to it, and Elon Musk and Donald Trump zoomed in. One of the things that they wanted was to get rid of the debt ceiling. And that's, as people may recall, that has been something contentious. It's a meaningless thing, but it's not meaningless because what it does is to sort of regulate how much debt the country can take on without a vote to raise it or suspend it. So the Republicans were signaling right away, and Trump signaling right away, that they want the debt ceiling removed so that they could break the budget in any ways that they want. While they campaigned on reducing the deficit and reducing wasteful spending that the Democrats had done, while they campaigned on that, the reality is that they want to pile up. They want to pay for their reckless tax extensions that empower people like Elon Musk. Of course, nobody's richer than him, but people who are below him, but still very rich billionaires, at the expense of investing in people. And so, we said, hell no, we're not going to do that.
Is there a way to eliminate the debt? I feel like every year we always talk about the debt. Usually as an individual, you want to eliminate your debt. But with the country, it seems that it continues to grow. Is there a way for that to change?
Well, we have never had a debt this great before, and a whole lot of it is interest of the debt we've already accumulated. One of the things, if you go back and study, you'll see, when we had Bill Clinton in office, love him or hate him, we had a balanced budget. But we paid for, we had tax cuts under George W. Bush, tax cuts under Donald Trump that were extended. If they pass the bill that they want, we're going to have over 10 years yet another $8 trillion worth of tax cuts that are unpaid for. In the meantime, we've had wars that we haven't paid for. I remember back in the day, My parents talked about people buying war bonds and so on. And nope, we had wars, Afghanistan, Iraq, that weren't paid for. We just took the money, out of the bank account. And so this is why we have such tremendous debt. And Republicans are looking at paying for the debt, not by having people like Elon Musk, billionaires pay their fair share, but taking it out of the hides of regular people. The scheme that they have in mind, and I believe we're going to see it, is the first thing they want to do is to make Medicaid a block grant. So when you hear the word block grant, just think chopping block, because that's exactly what it is.
May I ask you, we talked about this before, will it still be an entitlement?
No.
Okay. And I think people need to understand that little thing. Okay.
Call dropped.
Hello?
It dropped.
Okay. She'll call back. I think she got 52, 53. Yeah, why don't you clear? She can call back. Yeah, I think, and she'll get back and she'll explain this idea of an entitlement. And see, that's the difference now with temporary assistance for needy families. AFDC was an entitlement, which meant that if you're eligible for the government has to pay it.
Shout out to Dr. Pate.
Right. But now it is not. 1995, Bill Clinton signed the Welfare Reform Act. That Welfare Reform Act block grant. So every year Wisconsin gets a block grant in TANF money. Right. I don't know. It's like 139 million. I don't know what that amount is that we get every year. And because it's been block grant, that means that when the money runs out, that's it.
Right.
And entitlement says that even though we earmark this kind of money, we got to find the money in order to pay those people who are eligible for the benefit.
Because if you put in, you earned it.
Right. And here's the thing about public assistance dollars. Now, Medicaid is a little bit different. Medicaid, because it's not just for, younger people who are, but it's also people in nursing homes, the elderly. So
Did she call back?
It's significant.
Here, I'm gonna give you a number on her.
Okay, it's significant so yeah, understanding that. But the question, and when she gets back, I need to ask her. Any tax situations comes from the House and then goes to the Senate. But I don't know if they need to have, what is it called, a quorum, or if it's simple majority. A quorum where you need 2/3 of the body voting, or is this a simple majority? I think it's simple majority for tax legislation. But she's on Ways and Means, so
right.
then she can explain.
She's been on that a while.
Yeah, how that's going to work. And then you say, can it get any crazier?
No, obviously, after sometimes you gotta say stuff out loud and you think about it. Yeah, it can definitely get crazier.
Yeah, because we're already there. But someone pointed something out this morning that I thought was very interesting. I think that's why you're getting pushback on the continuing resolution, or to extend the government to March, is that she was talking about how there are people there who are fiscal hawks. They don't want to see the debt ceiling raised, right? And then they want to see cuts in government. And there were certain things that was added with that original bill that everybody agreed upon.
So what was cuts to the salaries in that bill?
Well, that's different because your salary structure is based on civil service.
But was that something that Musk and others were asking to be removed?
No, Musk, they want to remove the positions. They want to get rid of the people, right? But no, your salary structure and all those things is part of civil service. That's the way at the county, is that way at the, government has civil service. So your pay schedules are already put in. Now they can go in and change the pay schedules, but literally would take an act of Congress to be able to go in and do that. But no, what they're talking about, here's the other thing, who goes home? because Social Security checks are still going to go out. Air traffic controllers who will be there on basically working without pay. Not no, TSA. And so, and then to have this going on when next week we'll be dealing with the busiest travel time of the year.
Yeah.
It makes, but no, man, this
is not a good time. I want to say I remember a shutdown happened around the holidays.
Yeah, it's happened before.
Which,
yeah,
it's very, very unfortunate. And the question that I was posing to Keith, was when does the public get frustrated?
She's calling in on the Capitol phone. Oh man. Go on, man.
No, I was saying, when things like this happen, people get frustrated, and usually politicians run off the merit of we are for the people. But when things like this happen, how do they fulfill that promise?
Well, see, but the problem that you have is that you have in the House of Representatives, they run every 2 years. Okay. They run every 2 years. And so because they run every 2 years, they're more vulnerable than a senator who's running every 6 years. Right. So that's why when you look at the House, that's why they call it the People's House. And the people that you see, but yeah, they're worried about that. But I was going to say, they said that Trump is a lame duck. He doesn't have the same power he would have had he knew he got another term he could run for after this one.
He is, but he's not. And that's the thing that we gotta. You can say that he is a lame duck because he doesn't have another 4 years, but we're talking about after his 4 years. So he still got stuff. He still got stuff that he could do.
He got a midterm coming up. And if this is any indicator, because the House majority is so slim, and usually incoming presidents will lose seats in the first midterm. So that's just historically what happens. But
we gotta get through his 4 in order to say he a lame duck.
Through the first year. Congresswoman Moore, you back?
Oh my God, I was going on and on and on. I was on a roll.
Yeah, see, that's conspiracy with a Q, my sister. You was dropping some truth. He's dropping some truth. And all of a sudden we got some technical difficulties. I'm just saying.
He's in charge of all media these days.
Right, there you go. Oh, yeah.
Keith said he had a question for you.
Okay.
You're on Ways and Means. So any tax legislation usually goes through Ways and Means, goes through the House. When it gets to the Senate, is that a simple majority, or do they have? I think the term is the quorum. They need to have 2/3 in the Senate for a tax bill.
Right. The answer is yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, I'm on the Ways and Means Committee. Yes, tax legislation has to come through the House. Any kind of appropriations or taxes comes through the House first. No, you can't have a simple majority for passing legislation. They do have they have a rule, not a law, a rule in the Senate that you have to, in order to even consider a bill, you have to have 60 votes. But let me back up a little bit. They don't intend to pass the tax cuts through regular order, where it goes through hearings and stuff through the tax committee, the Ways and Means Committee. They plan to do it through reconciliation. Both parties do this, but it's a bill that will only require that they put a bill together and get a majority vote, their own votes, in Congress. It'll have to pass the parliamentarians' scrutiny over in the Senate, and then they will only need a majority in the Senate if it passes what's called the so-called Byrd rule. So the way to get around doing anything other than a majority vote is to do it through reconciliation. But you know what? It looks like they're having trouble keeping a majority. That's the reason that Elon Musk threatening people. Donald Trump threatened Chip Roy. There were 38, I believe that was the number, 37, 38 Republicans last night that didn't vote for the Plan B bill after they dumped our bill. The Plan B bill that would have gotten rid of the debt limit. And Chip Roy was leading the charge there. So they are fractured. And, you can either worry about it, bite your nails, or just have yourself a good laugh.
Congresswoman Moore, is there anything highlighted by Musk and soon to be president that is in the bill that they want removed?
Oh, they did have things removed. And first of all, who are you?
I'm Devon Jones.
Devon Jones, nice to meet you.
You've talked to DJ before. He's my co-host every Friday.
I ain't there every Friday.
No, but we've talked to you on a Friday.
But
before.
I met him.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've talked on a Friday before.
Okay, all right. Well,
and you are.
Yeah.
See a plan.
One of the things that they wanted out of the bill, let me disclose this fully, was what they called a salary increase for members of Congress, and it was not a salary increase. What it was for them to observe a constitutional law that provided that members of Congress, federal workers, judges, that they received a cost of living increase. There was a law passed. In 1989, before I got to Congress, which was an ethics law for members of Congress. Prior to 1989, members of Congress were able to write books and get book advances. They were allowed to get honoraria for speaking engagements all over the country. There was a worry and concern that this invited graft and corruption, so they passed the law. Then members of Congress could no longer get this. They had all kind of, jobs they could do outside of Congress. So they said, no more outside income like that. It passed this ethics law, and instead of all these extra freebies, you'll just get what other federal employees and judges and stuff get, a cost of living increase. But what Congress has done, and a lot of it, some of them is because they're very rich. They would put an amendment in every year saying defy the Constitution and don't give members of Congress any cost of living increase. So what that means is that, I basically have had the same salary since y'all elected me. I'm so proud to be y'all's representative, but I don't get cost of living increases. And so, even though I make more money than the average person in Milwaukee, I still have an apartment that I pay for in DC, and expenses. I'm not crying poor, but what I'm saying is that one of the things that was not in the bill, it was not this extraneous amendment that once again disallowed us from getting a COLA. So members of Congress, absent this amendment to say don't observe the Constitution, we would have gotten the cost of living increase just like everybody else. That's one of the things that they claim was corrupt, but it wasn't. It was constitutional. Another thing they didn't want in it is that literally there was money in it. There was disaster relief. We've had all these hurricanes and storms. So they wanted the storm money for Georgia and North Carolina and all these red places, but they didn't want assistance for Baltimore, Maryland, and what happened with the ship crashing into the dock. They wanted that pulled out. Very partisan. Let's help everybody who's had a disaster, except for places that didn't vote for Donald Trump. They wanted that out, and they pulled that out. So, yeah, very, very, very partisan.
So you have a couple of things here. Next week, you vote for a new Speaker of the House. And there are a lot of people, yourself included, who are saying that Johnson's speakership is in trouble. But who do they have? Are we going to be looking at the same thing we looked at when they did the purge of Speaker McCarthy?
I don't know, but they floated names. It'll be Scalise or Jim Jordan. It'll probably be Steve Scalise. Whoever is willing to take that burden on. I'm a Democrat, so I'm voting for Hakeem Jeffries. Here, I don't care who they nominate. I mean, my guy is Hakeem Jeffries, so
can they change
on the 3rd of January?
Oh, go on. I'm sorry. I'll ask after you. On the 3rd of January.
Right.
Okay. Now, my question is, it was the deal that was cut with McCarthy that said that at just one member could basically push for your ouster. Are you hearing anything on the Republican side of raising that threshold?
The threshold has been raised according to their rules. I think it's 8.
Okay.
That it would take 8 people. They've got the 8 people, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. What was it under Speaker Pelosi?
Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and but it would take 8 people instead of just 1.
What was it under Speaker Pelosi? It was a little bit higher, wasn't it? Like a third?
It's something like that.
Yeah,
for a majority, it was something that was not ridiculous. I mean, we were never faced with that question. We have our caucus meeting and decide who our leader is going to be behind closed doors, and then come out and everybody votes for him. Except for people who felt that, in latter years, Nancy Pelosi was so powerful, and they had her as public enemy number 1 in a lot of red districts. And so there were members who didn't vote for her, thinking that it would help their electoral future. They vote against Nancy Pelosi and they could, incur the goodwill of their citizens. People have used that as a tactic of voting against her for speaker. They'd vote for people like John Lewis when he was alive instead of for her. Symbolically, but it was never enough to deep six her candidacy.
We've had some technical difficulties. Do you have a few minutes because we need to go to a break?
Sure.
All right. We have on the line with us the Honorable Congresswoman Gwen Moore. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
The holidays, and holiday trips, and holiday toys, and holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $3,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
The passing of a loved one is emotional enough without adding the stress of funeral arrangements. By pre-planning, you receive the desires of your heart while taking away the burden from your family. It also saves you money, providing the dignity and respect your memory deserves. And there are times when life ends unexpectedly. Please know that the New Pitts Mortuary is here to lend a helping, caring hand anytime, day or night. We are the New Pitts Mortuary.
right, welcome back to Community Voice, and we have on the line with us Congresswoman Gwen Moore. We've been talking about the looming government shutdown. DJ and I were talking, and we're going like, just when you thought you saw it all, it can get worse, can it?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we're like I said, we're very, very concerned about. I'm worried about WIC. That's something that would be disrupted if we don't deal with this bill. I mean, there's so many things. Some stuff that we think doesn't affect us, like our farmers. We don't have farmers, of course, in Milwaukee, but you know, like I had to tell my granddaughter years ago, food doesn't come from pick and save; it comes from the farm. And of course, that has a trickle down impact on us. I mean, if the farms can't deliver and produce, you can't get, pick and save, they'll have empty shelves and prices will go up. So there's a lot riding on keeping the government open. I mean, Christmas travel, you could find yourself stuck. Because the TSP people will have to work, the essential employees, but they won't be getting paid. Whenever we've had these government shutdowns, I've gone through TSA, practically with a brown sack over my head, hoping that people don't recognize, we have government employees in Milwaukee that won't get paid. We should be concerned about that. Imagine if you weren't going to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Government contractors, which not only will they have a delay in pay, but they won't get paid at all.
Right.
I mean, it's not like we'll catch up and pay you once we open the government up, and then it costs money to open the government up. It's millions of dollars to shut it down and open it up again. Billions when you think about the whole government. So it's a waste of money.
Usually when we talk about these government shutdowns, a lot of them go into, the last minutes or hours up until that deadline day. When does discussion on these bills begin, and why do they seem to always come down to the wire?
Well, be clear, DJ, these are Republican shutdowns. They've been the ones that have shut the government down. And as we speak, there are negotiations going on. I was supposed to be going to Democratic caucus to hear what Hakeem Jeffrey and others were saying, and I elected to talk to you all. I'll find out later on, what they're discussing. But I think I know what they're saying is we're going to basically stick together.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, 12:01, December 20th, today is the 19th, and at 12:01 Eastern Time, the government will shut down if we don't come up with something.
When do you all go home for the Christmas break?
I am not in leadership. I'm not in charge of that. Presumably, we're not going home until we get a deal. Okay. I mean, and I don't even have a Christmas tree here in my apartment in D.C. I don't have any grandbabies and great grandbabies. This is really, this is not the place to be for the holiday. But I'm here, and I'm here until we keep the government open, until we do something. What they may do is to try to pass a short-term clean resolution to last until the 4th or 5th of January. I think that's one option, to try to have a continuing resolution that has nothing in it except for continuing current appropriations with no enhancements, no discussion of the debt ceiling. So I think that's one of the strongest possibility because Republicans like to go home too for Hanukkah and for Christmas and just to get out of here. So it's possible.
Kwanzaa. You don't have any Republicans going on for Kwanzaa?
Especially not Glenn Grossman.
Okay, because that is a major. It is a major celebration now. Just I didn't know if maybe that's too woke.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I love Kwanzaa, so I'm trying to get back. I'm just trying to get back with some rest. You can only do this for so many weeks at a time without losing your incentive to do it. And I mean, I can just smell that dressing.
I'm being a little petty here.
Me too.
No. I'm going to ask you a petty question. How many Democrats are going to show up for the inauguration?
I have no idea. I do know that our Republican friends and my Republican senator, all these people are prevailing upon us to give them their tickets. What happened in Wisconsin? Let me digress from that question just to say this. Milwaukee did a fantastic job. We were number one in the nation for voter turnout. Let me congratulate everybody. 89% eligible voters. That being said, the reason that Kamala went down is because there were 54,000 people who voted for Trump and Trump only. They did not vote down ballot, which is why Tammy Baldwin, thanks to people in Milwaukee and Racine, who voted for her, but there were 53,000, probably not regular voters that just showed up to vote for Donald Trump. That happened a lot of places, and they didn't vote down ballot for Eric Hovde, and so back to your question. We voted. All of us voted. This is the result, and we've got to just sort of make our way through it.
Well, I guess I asked the question because he didn't bother to show up for the Biden-Harris inauguration, and that's why I was saying that
No, he didn't. But I can guarantee you that Joe Biden will be there and Kamala Harris will be there. The smooth transition and nonviolent transfer of power. I guarantee you they'll be there. I'm getting a lot of requests for these tickets, and I would not want any, true-blooded MAGA person to be denied the opportunity to see this historic moment of this man being elected twice. And plus that's King Day, the real King Day in Milwaukee, and I'm torn about celebrating a true hero.
Well, you're not obligated to be there, right?
Oh no.
No, what I'm saying, and I say that, but I'm just saying that is one of those things. But as always, it seems that it's expected for Democrats to always take the higher ground, and I don't know if that's always a benefit.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the way somebody described it is that we're always catching knives.
Mm-hmm.
I am expected to be. We are scheduled for votes on the 21st.
Okay.
So I will be venturing. I will be journeying and moving back that way. We also have votes. All of January up until the 16th. So it wouldn't be it wouldn't be going way out of my way to be there. but there's no imperative to be there.
It has been a rule, not a rule of thumb, but it's an occurrence where every incoming president will lose seats in the House and the Senate, usually in the House, but sometimes in the Senate with the midterm. Do you see that trend continuing when we look at 2026?
From your lips to God's ears, that's been the historical trajectory. But my prediction is not necessarily based on history; it's based on their behavior. I mean, they are already overreaching. Yeah. I mean, to have the richest man, the optics of that, the richest man in the world, who was not a natural born citizen of the United States, so he himself could not have become president under any circumstances, being president vicariously through Donald Trump.
How long do you think that's going to last?
The bromance. I mean, if you're out there, if you're a gambler, this might be worth taking some bets on. Because Donald Trump, of course, has a tremendous ego, and if too many people start regarding Elon Musk as the president, there could be a huge breakdown. But Elon Musk is bigger than Truth Social. He's bigger than Donald Trump. I mean, this could be, the worldwide wrestling match of the century. But I'm guessing that there will be a public a break.
I was going to ask another question about. It'll come to me. Just some things. It was just kind of some congressional housekeeping things, and just that quickly, I should have wrote it down. Well, I mean, the kind of where we are. We're probably going to get something done, right?
What, next year?
No, I'm talking about right now in order to avoid the shutdown later this evening or tonight.
You know what? It's cooler heads prevail. One of the things that I think has got to happen is that Mike Johnson has got to realize that he can't. Last night was a test vote. I can't even remember, given all the retirements and all that, that he's got a 1-person, 2-person majority. Now, we've got Democrats who aren't here either. People who lost their elections, who retired, that didn't come back, so that might give them even a bigger spread. But they don't have a 38-person spread.
Right.
Regardless of how many of us are absent, that they don't have any choice to keep the government open, but to come up with a deal with Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer, by the way, is still in the majority over there.
Right.
So we're going to get something done, but it'll probably be Mike Johnson putting his behind on the altar of sacrifice, which means he's going to have to cooperate with Democrats. I think this is a reality that they don't want to accept. People like Margie Taylor Greene, they don't believe they have to cooperate with us. This is so far it's it's not a monarchy, and we're fighting to keep the republic and the democracy that we're having. This is a fight. People say that message didn't resonate with them when we say we were fighting for a democracy, but this is what's online. This is what we're doing.
I referred to him earlier. When can we anticipate the release of the Ethics Committee report on Matt Gaetz?
I don't know that that's going to happen.
Oh, I thought they said that they voted to release it.
I must have been asleep when that happened. I don't.
I thought
I don't recall that. Forgive me, people, for not paying attention.
Well, he's gone, right?
Because the votes that we've had was them tabling and referring it back to the ethics committee. So, um, uh, so this is news to me. Um, and I can tell you what's in it. I'm not on the ethics committee, but I mean, he paid money for sex. He had sex with underage people. He's a creep.
Yeah, well, according to CBS News, BBC, New York Times, well, not New York Times, CNN, House Ethics Committee quietly voted to release Matt Gaetz' ethics report. So,
well, they quietly did it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, there's the quiet part, because that was one of the people who didn't hear it.
I know you can't, and I was just telling Jermaine this. We need to stop trying to make sense out of nonsense. Why would anybody reasonably think that this dude had a shot based on all the baggage that he brought to the table, and the fact that even in his own party he's unpopular?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because Donald Trump himself broke the mold of what a politician, particularly a president or an attorney general, ought to be. The sort of ethics that they ought to uphold. I can remember a time when, you wouldn't want to run for office if you had unpaid parking tickets, much less, grabbing women by their parts and being a womanizer and paying porn stars. And I mean, what did Matt Gaetz do that was so awful as compared to what the president of the United States has done?
Right.
Was it ABC that got sued for calling what Trump did rape? Well, what do you call it when you penetrate someone in a dressing room at a department store? And so that's a technicality based on it being a civil suit versus a criminal suit. But that being said, the president of the United States, the former president, had lowered the bar for what was acceptable. And plus, his tyrannical, authoritarian, powering things through threatening people if they didn't vote, that's continuing to occur. To threaten members if they don't vote for his person. And, the 60 vote threshold doesn't occur. It doesn't come into play for approving cabinet appointments. They could have done that on the majority vote. So the thought was that perhaps he could get through, maybe not this year while the Republicans were in charge, but in January with just the majority vote. If Trump were able to intimidate the Republicans, and of course he had, Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, people who reliably weren't going G for it. But that being said, these Republicans in the Senate don't have that much leverage. They've gotten rid of Gates, but they haven't been able to get rid of Hegseth.
Right.
They haven't been able to get rid of RFK and Tulsi Gabbard. That they may have used all their political capital for defying Donald Trump by getting rid of Matt Gaetz. He might have been the lost leader put out there so that they could say, now you better just leave it at this.
Okay, real quickly, Syria. I mean, Syria's been flying under the radar. We just found out that obviously we have an involvement there in Syria. But it's kind of Syria then relates to Iran. I really do believe, this is Keith, that Netanyahu, once Trump is, sworn in, I think he's going to go after Iran.
Well, one of the things, let's go back to October 7th. Very, very uncomfortable topic. I did most of my crying on that day because I saw it as the beginning of World War III. Which the whole region would be engaged and involved. That Israel would go far in their retaliation. I anticipated just about everything that's happened, up to and including Netanyahu not listening to our president, because our president, for all the criticisms that Biden has had, he worked feverishly to try to intervene in Netanyahu's and the right wing cabinet thing. So I don't know what will happen next. I do know that a disruption in that region bleeds out beyond that point, and it does have an impact on everything else that's happening.
Well, Congresswoman, we're up at the end of our program. Anything you want to leave with us?
Yeah. I want to say to everybody, everybody is celebrating some kind of holiday. If you're not a Christian, you're a Jew, or you're a Muslim, you're Indian, maybe with the holiday of light, Kwanzaa. Maybe you're of no faith, but you're looking forward to having a few days off. I just want people to be safe, and let's turn toward each other and not against each other. This is a time to just turn towards each other and show each other some love. Let's do that.
Appreciate that. Love you, Congresswoman Gwen Moore. Oh, you forgot Festivus.
Pleasure speaking with you.
I can't wait to come up there and talk to you, DJ.
Pleasure speaking with you.
Okay, I might come up there next Friday.
Okay.
if I'm home.
If you're home.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you. Let me thank everybody. Debo, thank you. Jermaine, thank you. DJ, thank you. Callers, we thank you. Congressman Moore, we thank you. The good Lord willing, Creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody on Monday. Y'all have a safe weekend. And as always, go from this place in peace.